Okay, so a guy bought these in today, for example. He's about 6'5", 6'4". So he thought these clubs were too short for him, and he's right. They were definitely the more length me and you would use. So what I'm doing at the moment, I've cut the old grips off because he's going to get them re-gripped as well. And we're going to put extenders in 7 of these clubs. Obviously, I've got to glue them in, but they're extenders that fit perfectly like that. I'll glue them all in, let them dry, then mark it to 1 inch. And then we'll use the saw here to cut them to length. And then we're going to stick on 13 of these on all the clubs, this grip right here. So the first thing I'll do here, I thought, you can see here, you got my canvas ready. So what I'll do, I'll get some cardboard to mix some glue on. There's 2 types of glue you can use. You can use this one, which is a 30-minute cure, which I'd use on extenders like that. More repairs where they're gluing heads on and things, I'd probably use 24-hour glue. But for what this needs, this is perfect. So it's a 2-part glue, mix it together. That goes onto these, so we're going to need a bit of glue for this. That's a 2-parter. That's part A. And for this particular glue, you want pretty equal parts, so 50% of each. Here we go. That's that. I'll stir it up. Yes, a bit of glue on there. Glue in the middle, push down. Just get my towel, wipe off the excess, and that'll take about 10-15 minutes to dry in there. I just measured him with a ruler from wrist to ground. So when he stood in a shoulder width stance, looking straight ahead like that, arms to the side, wrist to ground. He was about 36.5 inches to ground, which tells me straight away they're getting inch longer. Where it joins there, which is there, and I'll just measure 1 inch longer and put a little mark there. So when I'll cut it, all right, so in the cutting part, obviously we've already done the inch that we measured out, we saw that. So saw right. And what I'd do is before I grip it, I'd take it over to the grinder here. So just follow me to here. Go over to the grinder, and I'll just take any sharp edges off. As so. So you can now see on the top there, there's no rough edges on that. And I know that's 1 inch longer than the standard. They're perfect. Always make sure there's some tape at the top there. Like that. Wrap that over. As I said, these papers, it's a very thin tape there over the top. Always measure how much tape you got onto the end of the grip. That's about spot on. For the length, you don't want the tape to be down here or too far, obviously. Peel it off. All the usual foil off. And away we go again. So now it's just a case of putting on 7 grips. There's 3 squirts there over the top again. See that goes under. Make sure it's right into the end. You can see here, see how this is coming apart here. That little plastic bit, which we call the ferrule, is coming away from the head. You can see a gap there. There's 2 things that will cause that. Either the plastic bit's moved or the head itself's become loose. In this case, the head itself's become loose. But what I need to do now is actually heat this head off. You can see there, see how it's turning? That head is definitely loose. Keep it away from there because it'll melt. I'll just put it here, heat up the steel. Won't need much because it's already loose anyway. I reckon that'll be enough. And there you go. So what I need now is to re-glue this back on. But before I do that, important to clean out what's in there. So I'll get my wire brush and see look at all that dust and old glue that's coming out of there. Look at that. The other important things to clean this up too, you can see there, look at all the glue in that there, and it's got to, so just need to clean that up as well. So let's get again the brush, and that'll just nick away any bits of tape. So that now theoretically, and you can see now when I put that together, I've got to glue it obviously, mix it up. There's a possibility I may have to take that weight out. So weight, glue on the shaft and in the head, both. Is heat this and try and pull that weight out. And hopefully we're coming up. There we go. So I'll just pick up my hand drill and glue it out. Here you now got a nice clean hole. And you'll see now, this head will go on pretty easily, like so. You see pressures, because we've got a hole there now, pressure's not forcing the head back off. We'll clean it up, put it in the drying rack and make sure that writing in that line is in line with that head. So I'll move it around so I get that. I put a bit of metho on a rag. Metho's the best cleaning thing you can use, believe me. First give that a little wipe. As so there's no... So you can see how clean that is now. That's going on. Again, just take one more check. Am I happy with the line? So I'll just let that sit for 10-15 minutes and then I'll put the rest of the set and I'll call him up. All right, job complete.